If you really want to manifest something into your life, whether it's health, wealth related or relationships, then as I've mentioned before, there is a slow way of doing it, which is the easier way, but it takes a long time, or there is the slightly harder way, but believe me, your results will come to you much, much quicker. So I think most people would prefer to put a bit of effort in, but get the results much quicker. So we're going to talk about how you get the plan to step you towards getting what it is you really want. So the slow and easy way is, you sit on top of a mountain in a temple or in a room, you light some joss sticks, do some journaling, drink some green tea and just sit there and just try and conjure, let's say it's money that you want, hoping that a check, like they say in the movie The Secret, a check's just going to randomly come through the letterbox, or you're going to be walking along and you're just going to see money on the ground, or somebody's going to just knock on your door, your ideal partner, and say, I saw you the other day or in the street, wanted to know if you want to go out on a date. The quicker way is, and I'm all for positive thinking, putting out vibrations, but the quicker way is to combine that with practical steps that is going to clearly move you in the right direction. And again, I'm giving you tough love because I really want you to get what it is that you want, and anything that you want is achievable. And I know it can be frustrating sometimes when you're trying to manifest something and just nothing seems to happen. And what makes it worse is when you look around and you see other people getting success and it reinforces it and you think, why is it not happening for me? So I'm going to show you and talk about exactly how you can do that. So let's take money for an example. Money is simply an exchange of value. So if you think about anything that you've paid for, you don't just go out and get money. When you want to get money, you don't just go out and get it somewhere. It's not like just, the saying money doesn't grow on trees. Whilst that is sometimes said from a kind of a scarcity mindset, but it's true. Here's a tree. Look, I'm sitting one of my favourite spots here in the park. There's not like some money stuck on the tree and I can just go and get the money. Do you see what I'm saying? Money is simply paying for something that gives you value, whether it's an apple, which is going to taste nice, maybe it's juicy, maybe you're thirsty, it's got vitamins or vitamins, and you pay for that and you get that thing that you want in exchange. So all you need to do in that situation is figure out what it is that you could produce or do for somebody. It could be coaching, could be something as simple as giving people advice, helping them out of a situation that maybe you have overcome yourself. It could be making a template, maybe it's an invitations template, maybe it's crafting, maybe you like making things. You just doing that first step and you get a little bit of success, it will really reinforce that and it will make you feel good, and that is what creates the vibration that then attracts more, rather than just sitting there and create the right vibration that's going to go and attract the thing that you want. But here's the key, and this is the main thing that I want to talk about in this video. Because you might be sitting there thinking, well, I don't know how to find the right person, or I don't know how to take the right steps to get better health or to generate some kind of income. Now this is where people can overthink it, okay? Because what you don't necessarily want to do is just sit in a corner thinking what can I do to make more money, or what could I do to attract a mate? And it's very windy today, and I'm hoping that my microphone is not picking up all this wind, so I apologise if it is. I forgot to manifest better weather this morning. What you do is you just simply put out the intention of what it is that you want, whether it's a better relationship, and you need to try and be a bit clear about what you want, how much money that you would like to generate, or what sort of person that you would like, what characteristics of person would you like. And then the universe the simulation, if we're talking in simulated universe terms, because you can't reprogram the universe. You put out the signal, you put out the code for what you want, and then, and here's the key, you have to look out, you have to keep your eyes open for clues that is going to indicate that it's giving you the plan. Let me give you an example. It could be you see an ad for a new health club that opens up. Let's say it's health that you want to improve. Maybe there's a jogging club that you see on your kind of jobs board at work, or on a poster board, or maybe you see it in a, advertised in the supermarket. Maybe a friend of yours says that they're taking up jogging, or they're going to go to the gym, and you think to yourself, well, because it's always better to do things with someone else if you can. You can keep each other accountable, because if you're anything like me, the thought of going down to the gym is not something that I relish, to be honest with you. Some people absolutely love it. They get all these endorphins from going down to the gym. I don't think that's ever happened to me. Maybe you get invited to a works do, and could that be an opportunity to meet some of your colleagues on a more social, a lot of people meet people through work, right? But maybe the situations just never arise at work where you can maybe chat to someone on a more personal level. Maybe it's an opportunity to go out to a local bar and maybe, meet somebody. You're going up and getting a drink, and someone's maybe giving you that, giving you that wink, giving you that look. Money-wise, it could be that you see people doing stuff online. Maybe when you're scrolling through on Instagram. Instagram is a great place for people making money on the side, little side hustles and things, and you see things that people are making. Some people make a fortune. They make hundreds of dollars a day selling templates on Etsy, wedding invitation templates, journal templates, especially if you're into this sort of thing about journaling and about positive thinking. There's people that create affirmation templates, manifestation charts. One of my wonderful subscribers, I subscribe to her channel, making things out of resin, which is incredible. I've got no artistic ability whatsoever, so I think it's amazing that people can create these things, and you can sell them. Again, it's just an exchange of value. People will pay you for something that they want. That's how you get money, get in quotes. That's how you attract money. You rather than sitting there and panicking about where am I going to get the next buck from, think about what you can put out there that's going to create value. What things how can you improve the world by creating something that people like, that gives them joy, that they want to pay you for. But I'm getting off piece. The bit I want to focus on here is the plan. You put out the intention, be as precise as you can what it is that you want. Try and create that feeling, that excitement, because that's what boosts the signal into the universe, into the simulation. And then keep your eye out for clues. It's that intuition. You need to keep your eye out for things that is giving you a signal that could be the action that you take. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me a like if you enjoyed this and you think it makes sense, and leave a comment on your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So thanks for watching. Take care as always, and I'll speak to you soon.